Hi everyone, in this video we are going to talk about land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Pretty lengthy, right? No problem. Let's simplify it up. So, in the previous video we learned that resources are everything that we obtain from the environment which satisfy our needs, provided they have some utility and value, right? If you haven't watched that video, please watch it up for a better understanding. The link is in the description. So now resources are everything that satisfy our need and which have some utility and value. Okay, so now things mentioned in this chapter, that is land, soil, natural vegetation and wildlife resources, are they all natural resources? Why? Why are they called natural resources? Because they are provided to us by the nature, right? So now let's talk about the first thing that is mentioned here, that is land. So land resources. Why do you think land is a resource? How come become a resource? We have done that in the definition of resources, that they should have some utility and value. So do you think land has some utility? Yes, of course. We live on the land, we make buildings on the land, we grow crops on the land, and plants grow on land and animals live on land. So because of all these things, we can say that yes, land is an important natural resource. See, so land is an important natural resource. It covers about 30% of the total Earth's area. So 30% of the area is covered with land. What percent is covered? What is the 70%? That is water. Yes. But do you know that we occupy only 30% of the land that is available to us? Rest of the land is uninhabited. That is, either it is not habitable or it is sparsely populated. Why? Because areas that have steep slopes, marshlands or deserts or forests, etc. These are not habitable by the man. Okay? Or either they are sparsely populated. So, which area is generally populated? Can you tell me? Yes, guessed right. The plains are generally the most densely populated areas. Why are plains most densely populated areas? That is because plains and river valleys offer suitable land for agriculture. Okay, so hence we grow crops on it. There is a better transportation system also, we can say, and a better communication system is available. So because of all these factors, the land in the plains is generally populated. Next thing is land use. So what is land use? The name simply says that land is used for different purposes. Land is used for different purposes such as cultivation, grazing, agriculture, forestry, mining, building houses, roads and setting up of industries. All these things are called land use. Okay, so the land which is used for different purposes, this term is called land use. So what are the factors that affect this utilization of land for different purposes? First factor is relief or topography. See, topography or relief. What is topography? Topography generally means the type of land. The type of land. Then soil, climate, minerals, availability of water, and population and technology are major determinants of land use pattern. How can we say that? Because, okay, let's take an example. For example, if you have to set up an industry, so what are the things that you're going to see? First of all, what is the type of land? Is it a plain? Is it a mountainous region? Is it a desert? So generally, the setting up of industries is located on the plain areas, right? Or in the plateau areas, whereas mountains and deserts are not suitable to form an industry. Then the next thing is soil. We check what is the type of soil there, what is the climate there, is water available over there, what are the minerals that are available there. So these are the factors that determine the land use pattern in India, sorry, in the whole world, right? Do you know the lifestyle of the people also affects the land use pattern? How come? See, have a look at this. How the change in land use over time has changed the land use pattern. Earlier it was used for agriculture, then it set up small industries or small buildings, then it developed into road, and now it's a metropolitan city. So the lifestyle of the people is also affecting the land use over time. Or we can say the time is also an important factor, right? So coming to the next topic is classification of land. So land on the basis of ownership can be divided into two: private land and community land. Private land, as the name says, it would be owned by individuals, right? For example, your house, it's a private property, right? Second thing is community land. Community land is owned for community for common uses like collection of fodder, fruits, nuts, or medicinal herbs. So these community lands are called common property resources. Okay, so these community lands are called common property resources, right? The next topic, conservation of land. So first of all, why do we need to conserve the land, or from what do we need to conserve the land? The first thing is land degradation. Let's have a look here. Land degradation. What is land degradation? Any undesirable change in the land leads to land degradation. It can include landslides, soil erosion, desertification, etc. So what is landslide? Yeah. So landslides are simply defined as the mass movement of rock, debris or earth down a slope. So if this is a mountain, then when rocks and debris, they come down the slope with a force and causes destruction, this is called landslide. Landslides are generally occurs together with earthquakes, floods and volcanoes. Okay, so what is the mitigation mechanism for it, or how can we manage them? First of all, hazard mapping to locate areas prone to landslides means we can locate the areas that are mostly prone to landslides so that such can be avoided for building settlements. Next is construction of retention wall. See, this is an example of retention wall over here. You must have seen it when you visit some hill station, that walls are being built so that the landslide doesn't come down to the roads and it does not cause much destruction. Then increase in the vegetation cover. We know that due to vegetation cover, due to plants being growing here, the roots of this plants bind the soil. Hence, when the roots of the plant bind the soil, then landslides become less prone to occur. Next is surface drainage control to control the movement of landslide along with rainwater. Okay, now this was the second threat, landslides. Third is soil erosion. We all know soil erosion is the removal of the top fertile soil by the agents of wind, water or by animals too. Next is desertification. What is desertification? Desertification simply means the expanding of deserts or the creation of more deserts in the land. Okay, so expanding deserts are called desertification. Can you give me one example of desertification? Okay, let me give you an example of desertification. Um, Sahara deserts. The Sahara deserts are expanding because of the man activities, the global warming, and the land degradation. Sahara deserts are expanding. Okay, now comes to the topic, how can we conserve the land resource? So, what are we going to do here? Whatever we have read in the degradation, we are going to make the opposite of it. For example, we learned that land is degraded due to deforestation. So, what is the opposite of deforestation? Yes, afforestation. So, first method to conserve land degradation is afforestation. Next is land reclamation. What is meant by land reclamation? Means reclaiming of land, that is the creation of new land from riverbeds or ocean water. Okay, what is meant by this? See, it's generally what happens is, if there is a water surface and we need to reclaim the land, so we pump out the water and create a land over it. Okay, so we pump out the water and create a land over it. Can an example of this can be the land reclamation process done by Saudi Arabia. Yes, Saudi Arabia has water surrounded by it, but they have reclaimed it and caused a new land out of it. Third thing is regulated use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers. Yes, we need to check whether we are using excessive pesticides and fertilizers, or we are using it optimally so that the land is conserved. Next is check on overgrazing. Overgrazing also is a major cause of land degradation, so we should keep a check on it. Now this completes the topic of land resource. I hope it is clear to you. In the next video we are going to cover soil. Thank you.